Hello there, and welcome back to another battle in the Norwegian Pokemon Premier League. This time between the Trondheim Terminators and the Trengereid Trevenants. This is a battle that could go either way. Two really skilled battlers. Vetle, who is the coach of the Trondheim Terminators, did win the VGC tournament at Norwegian Nationals this year, so he is of course guy to watch. But let's just look at the teams. We do see the Alamomola from the Trondheim Terminators and the Tornadoes T on the Trevenants, and those are both the last round picks from each of those teams, if I'm not mistaken. So it's kind of interesting to see both teams going with the last picks. We could probably see some shenanigans from the Terminators with the Alamomola. Like, I think heal pulses, I just know that. Other than that, let's just get right into the battle. So we see the Trevenants on your left right now, leading with the Milotic and the Blaziken. And on the other side we see Nidoking and the Raichu. It's kind of an interesting lead. Let's see what's in mind here. We see the Protect from the Blaziken, hoping to get that speed boost and a double Protect actually, because there's not really much threat for a setup from any of the Pokemon on the Terminator side. So we see the just protecting against the Fake Out from the Raichu. And the speed boost comes up from the Blaziken. Now we see the Nidoking going for the Protect. And the Flare Blitz right into the Raichu is going to take it down to its Sash. Do some pretty heavy recoil with the Life Orb as well. As we see the Nuzzle come onto the Blaziken, that's going to cripple the Blaziken really heavily. That was a pretty good play. This did break the Sash, but getting the Paralysis on the Blaziken is going to be pretty big for the Terminators here. As we see the Nidoking switch into the Sylveon, and the Thunderbolt comes onto the Milotic, racing its special defense, but is it too little too late with the Moraga Berry? Scald comes onto the Sylveon, good switch there, getting the Nidoking out, and the Blaziken gets paralyzed and cannot move. That's gonna allow probably the Raichu to live another turn. As we see the Thunderbolt go into the Blaziken, predicting the Protect of the Milotic right there, and the Blaziken goes down to the Thunderbolt from the Raichu. See the Hyper Voice just go into the Protect that was left right there. We see the Zapdos come in, and the Encore comes in on the Milotic, locking it into Protect, as we see the Tailwind now come up from the Zapdos. As of course, the Protect from the Milotic fails. Hyper Voice does a really good chunk activating the Citrus Berry of the Zapdos and taking the Milotic pretty heavily down. So it's now gonna switch out, since it's locked in Protect, into the Kangaskhan, as the Hidden Power will take out the Raichu. Of course, with Lightning Rod you cannot hit it with Thunderbolt. See another Hyper Voice come in, doing way over half to that not yet Mega Evolved Kangaskhan, and taking the Zapdos down to just a little bit of HP left. So we now see the Salamence come in place of the fallen Raichu. Both Pokemon are gonna Mega Evolve. We see the Mega Kangaskhan faking out the Sylveon. As we see now the Salamence, what is it gonna do? First the Hidden Power Ice, it's gonna take that pretty easily. So we now see a double edge, so we see a physical Salamence. Where it mixed, it would probably finish off both with the Hyper Voice. And the Sylveon flinches, but it most likely is too little too late for the Trevenants right here, as the Sylveon probably should be able to finish off with the Hyper Voice, if it does not get paralyzed, that is. Let's see, the Hyper Voice comes in, and it is gonna finish up game 1. So game 1 goes to the Terminators. I am gonna try my best to not get those names mixed up because they're both alliterations of T. So it's gonna be tough, but I'm gonna do my best to do it. Let's jump into game 2. Now we see the Terminators on your left side. I cannot control where they are, so there's that. As we see the Salamence Raichu lead, and the Zapdos and Milotic lead. Now the Milotic is gonna get the stat drop and the stat boost with the competitive, so that's a really good start for the Trevenants right there. So we see the Fake Out go into the Zapdos and double edge straight into the Milotic, not gonna try to preserve the Salamence there. It's not gonna go down. I was really thinking that we would see an Ice Beam there. And the Milotic goes down without being able to target the Salamence. That is huge for the Terminators right there. So now see a Rock Slide from the Salamence. It's a pretty interesting move, not something you see often on a Mega Salamence. At least confirms that we are dealing with a completely physical Salamence. So we now see the Blaziken come in the slot of the fallen Milotic as the Raichu switches into actually a double switch, switching out both Pokemon into Nidoking and Sylveon. So we see the Hidden Power Ice go into the Salamence slot, but hitting the Sylveon for not too much damage. As we see another Hidden Power, I'm assuming both are Ice. Of course, you cannot be completely sure. So Blaziken now gets a speed boost up, and the Nidoking just gets out as fast as it got in. And we see the Raichu come in as the Flare Blitz knocks the Sylveon, just knocks it dead. And the Life Orb, enough to take it out. As the Hidden Power goes into the Raichu, and we see both Pokemon go down on the Terminator side. As now we have a +2 Blaziken, +2 speed Blaziken out here against a Salamence and a Nidoking. Both these Pokemon have Hidden Power Ice, and both these Pokemon are pretty fast, at least the Blaziken is. Both Pokemon are going to protect. That's probably going to be in vain, as they're simply just not fast enough, as both these Pokemon have the move that could probably win the game. As we see the Hidden Power Ice from the Blaziken go into the Salamence to knock it out, and we will see an Earth Power from the Nidoking taking out the Blaziken, but that is too little too late, as we now will see the Hidden Power Ice go into the Nidoking to finish off game 2. So we have a 1-1 tie after 2 games, and we will go to a game 3 in this battle against the Trondheim Terminators and the Trengereid Trevenants. Let's just go straight into the third battle. So we now see the Trevenants on your left side and the Terminators on your right side. We see the Zapdos Kangaskhan lead from the Trevenants, and the Raichu and Nidoking lead from the Terminators. We see the Kangaskhan go Mega right away, but it's gonna be faked out by the Raichu not being able to move that first turn. As let's see what's gonna happen. We see the Earth Power right into the Kangaskhan, doing about half its health. As we see now the Tailwind come up from the Zapdos, that's gonna be pretty big. As we now see the Raichu go down to the double edge. A big amount of recoil though, gonna take the Kangaskhan down to about 20% of its health. As we see the Hidden Power Ice come into Nidoking, doing about a little less than half, and the Earth Power is gonna finish off that Kangaskhan. Both players losing 1 Pokemon each there. As we see the Blaziken come in and the Sylveon, with Tailwind still being up on the Trevenant side. So the Sylveon just switched right into Salamence again for an Intimidate. Right there, maybe not want to risk wanting to risk the Intimidate against the possible Milotic there. So rather intimidate shuffling. So the Thunderbolt come into the Salamence, and the Earth Power goes into the Protect of the Blaziken, which is gonna get its speed boost up. Still, it is intimidated, so its attack is at -1. So the Salamence go Mega now. It's gonna Protect. I can only assume we'll see another. Well, we'll see another Protect. I was thinking that's was gonna be an Earth Power. See the again familiar situation from last time. Hidden Power Ice, Hidden Power Ice, Hidden Power Ice, all the way around. But that was the last turn of Tailwind. So now we see the Salamence switch out, preserving it from the Hidden Power Ice from the Blaziken, as the Nidoking now will outspeed the Zapdos, if I'm not mistaken, and it's going to be able to take out the Blaziken with an Earth Power. Double protecting there to stall out the Tailwind. Good play there, as it's not going to be taken out by the Zapdos' Hidden Power Ice either, so it lives to see another day, and it's the fastest thing on the field right now. So the Milotic protects, as you see the Sludge Bomb, just maximum stab damage, go into the Zapdos, as it's going to set up another Tailwind. The Terminators have to be a little bit careful here. They don't have anything to hit that Milotic too hard with, and whatever it gets hit with will activate its Moringa Berry that we saw in game 1. You see a Skull come into the Sylveon, and he goes for Hyper Voice, takes out the Zapdos, does a little less than half, and activates the Moringa Berry of the Milotic. And the Scald comes out from the Milotic, gonna take out the Nidoking. So now we're down to Milotic versus Sylveon and a Salamence. As we see another Hyper Voice come in from the Sylveon. Gonna take that Milotic down to about 15%. Let's see a Protect from the Milotic and the Salamence. And another Hyper Voice predicting the Ice move into the Salamence there, obviously. So now the Tailwind is gonna be stalled out, so this is gonna be the game with the double edge from the Salamence, which was now faster because of the Tailwind that petered out, and that is gonna be a 2-1 victory for the Trondheim Terminators. Thank you for watching this Norwegian Pokemon Premier League battle. If you want to see more battles from this round, just click the logo of the team you want to see in action.